Hello and welcome to another YouTube video on our Altecnic's channel. Today we're just going to show you the contents of a ROBOKIT. Obviously this is something you would call a sealed system kit as well. So let's get on and have a look, see what's inside. Okay, so now we've opened the box, we've put the contents on the desk, and we're just going to go very briefly through what each component is. So obviously first of all we've got the expansion vessel. So sealed system expansion vessel, only for sealed systems, not for domestic hot water or potable water. Okay, so in the first bag we've got a safety relief valve, we have a quattro fitting, okay, some washers, olives, well not olive, one washer, one nut obviously to go on 15mm pipe. We have a pressure gauge as well, bagged up, but obviously no pressure gauge. Okay, with a leaflet that shows you a little bit about the installation and where to install them. Okay, next we have the filling loop. Okay, so a standard part of any system for topping the system up. We have our RAS approved filling loop, which is 15mm, okay, and you've got the isolation valve on one end and you've got the double check valve on the other end with the isolation as well. And finally, what also you do get, if necessary, so a lot of people want to hang these on a wall, you've got the hanging bracket and Jubilee clip band. Okay, so that basically can wrap around a vessel and you can affix that to a wall. Right, so just going to show you very quickly essentially how you would assemble this for ease. I mean, these components can go pretty much anywhere on the system you want them to, but there's no need for that. You can put them all together. You know, it makes the install nice and simple. So obviously you've got your quattro fitting, which will go onto the expansion vessel. Safety relief valve and gauge. Okay, safety relief valve sits on the top, so it just screws into the top, nice and easy. Line it up like that. Pressure gauge, literally screw in, obviously use PTFE tape where you need to, and here you've got the expansion vessel hose, which essentially again you just screw on. So as you can see, it comes a nice, neat install, and then literally all you do is you would screw that on top of the connection for your expansion vessel. Okay, so we've put the components together, well, most of the components obviously, and you've got the expansion vessel. Now, generally as a rule on a heating system, you'd put your expansion vessel on the return leg, just so there's lower temperatures, it's protecting the vessel. Okay, so that's the general place where you would install a heating expansion vessel on the return. Again, not a great deal amount of maintenance you need to do, but we'd always suggest every 6 to 12 months, just check the pre-charge. Okay, these come charged at 1.5 bar, which is generally okay for a system. Because what you would have is maybe a system sitting at about 1.2 bar. So as a rule, at least you want your air pressure to be at least equal to your system pressure at standing, you know, so when it's cold. If not, probably 0.1 or 0.2 bar above. Okay, so 1.5 bar is good. So obviously in here, you've got a Schrader valve, like any bike or car tyre. It's got nitrogen in the vessel. You can add air, or if you've got nitrogen fill, or you can just literally press the Schrader valve like that, and you're letting in nitrogen out. So you can decharge it by 0.1, 0.2 bar, whatever suits. Okay, but the maintenance would be probably 6 to 12 months. Physical check just to make sure it looks okay. Press the top just to see whether you've got any water coming out or whether it's still air, and also stick a gauge on it, find out what your pressure is. If the pressure's dropped, okay, so if your pressure's below the system pressure, then this is going to be pooling with water, which you don't want, okay, because obviously a lot of systems have inhibitor and cleaner and everything are good, but some aren't. So if you've got a lot of water pooling here below the membrane that separates the air from the water side, then what you can get is you can get rust and pin a hole in. So it's important to make sure that you check your air pressures to make sure that they are roughly just above the actual system standing pressure. And that really, to be honest with you, maintenance wise, again, probably just exercise your levers just to make sure, you know, that they're still okay free. But maintenance wise, it's quite a low maintenance product. It's just really just the most important part is your expansion vessel. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Cheers.